allow this time next year, we're going to have our auditorium. Move on down there. Move on over. You scared to sit next to your teacher? I don't want to see no spaces between y'all when y'all sitting together. The Holy Quran said the believers stand with each other as a solid wall. It's the one thing that I am. Okay, brother. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, the Truthful, and the Most Just. May Allah's Salam Alaikum. We are thankful to Allah for allowing us to meet with you once again for Congregational Prayer Service. And to be able to remind you of the importance of keeping up a prayer. Reminding surely prophets, those who receive it. When I joined the Nation of Islam, when I accepted this knowledge from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, when I got to the temple, we always filled up row at a time. I didn't care who I was sitting next to, because everybody was my brother. It didn't make me no difference. We truly were taught brotherhood and sisterhood. And I want this to be your practice too. When we say we will give our lives for one another, then how can we say we would give our lives for somebody that we don't even want to sit next to? That's, we are out of the grave. Then we must put away them grave clothes. Do you understand what I'm saying? Clothing. Put that stuff away. And don't spend no bunch of time talking to the dead. You spend your time with the living. You don't see living people standing around in the graveyard holding long conversations. You wonder who they're talking to. I didn't hear you. You don't see me out on the street call myself getting in long conversations with people who are not in the circle of knowledge that I am in, because they can't relate to that, because they chose not to. If they were in my circle, they'd be in my class. I mean, I'm not worried about what's going on Jupiter. Jupiter is much larger than the Earth. But as far as I'm concerned, ain't nothing happening on Jupiter for me. Do you understand? The Earth is in the Goldilocks zone. When the moon was put out there, the Earth's orbit was shifted somewhat. But it wasn't shifted so much that it became a catastrophe. So I remember the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He touched on that a little bit. That explosion was so great that it shifted the Earth's orbit a little. You see? So, and some portions of the Earth suffered a little more than others. I'm pretty sure it had an effect on the climate. So, but anyway, I won't go into all of that. But you remember I told you that these people who attacked the Capitol were cowards? You see, whenever you take part in an unprovoked assault, the first thing that a man, as the Holy Scripture says this, it says, surely, Doctor, where's that at? Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. Those are my doctors back there. Every time I need something, I go to them.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7.
You like that? All right. Ecclesiastes what? Talking to the mic.
7 and 7.
All right. People were saying they couldn't hear him when he's talking. Can they hear you now? 7 and 7? All right. It says in Ecclesiastes, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift, bribery, destroyeth the heart. You know what a gift is. A gift is a bribe. Huh? Is that right? People try to bribe you to get you to go along with all kinds of stuff. So, don't go for bribery, because it will destroy your sincere heart. Do you understand? So, if those people that attacked the Capitol were oppressed, I to understand that. Don't nobody there. The people that declared revolutionary war on King George and his regime were oppressed. And the only way they knew to deal with oppression, they was mad and they was fighting mad. Do you understand? Okay. It's just like with us. If you wonder why the oppression that we have suffered, even though we was mad, we didn't try to declare that type of war on these people. Because that's not what Allah wanted. Allah wanted us to show that the might of arms will never set you free. Because when someone mightier in arms come along, your freedom is taken again. Do you understand? So Allah said, disarm yourself. Now I'll show you how to do it. And whosoever even offends one of these little ones that believe in me, it would have been better for him that a millstone was hanged about his neck and he was trying to take a swim in the ocean. They had a cartoon that's similar to that. A little bird that was walking along and a cat was after him all the time. Every time that cat got close to him, something happened to the cat. And the little bird said, I thought I saw a cat there. But I thought I saw a pretty cat. But, so these people used to plan and go on against me a long time. I've been walking around here like that. And they plan against you if you with me. But Allah ain't gonna let them do you no harm. You understand? If a leaf falls to the earth, he knows it. They had a song that if his eye is on the sparrow, I know he watches over me. And do you understand? On the true believer, they shall not fear. That's the first thing a bully wants you to do, is get scared. Are you scared? Yeah, I'm scared they're gonna come get. I ain't. He's scared I might come get him. Allah have shown me time and time again that he's backing me up. The world got that to learn. I don't have that to learn. If you think I've been around here doing this all these years and ain't found out who's backing me up, let's see you do it. And then come to me and tell me how you did it. See? So, we want you to remember, keep up prayer. Whatever you need to, if you need more strength to do a thing, ask for it. Allah will give it to you. As long as you ain't being vain, and believe. And Allah will do it. That's how I've been doing everything I've been doing. I ask Allah to guide me, help me, and then it comes to me how to do it. Just that simple. Of course, I'm doing what Allah wanted done. Do you do you understand? You go into anybody's factory and you working for them and ask them, well, I don't quite know how to do this, and let me show you. And they show you how to do it. That's not no big secret. The one who owned the factory got people in there to show you how to do stuff. Huh? The one who owns the earth, he shows us how to do things. Yeah, I'm gonna show you some proof that they cowards. You know when you remember what that was it Nathan Hale that when they was about to put him to death, did he say, "Oh, please don't kill me, please don't kill me"? No, you don't beg your enemy not to kill you. In the first place, if you was at war with a person, then you was trying to kill them. I mean, you do realize that, right? They didn't teach us to beg for our life in the Marine Corps. You don't beg. You give your name and your serial number, and that's that. Don't get up there crying, please don't kill me, because that's stupid. Because you just was trying to help kill him. Huh? Now, if you're any kind of man and thought your cause was just, the only regret you should have is that you ain't got but one life. And you was willing to lay that down because you believed in the cause you was fighting for. Do you understand? Now, that sounds easy to say until your life is out there. As the man, it ain't no easy thing to just lay your life down. So, but anyway, he said, my only regret is that I ain't got but one life to give for my country. You don't take up arms against your own government. You just don't do that. Honor your father and your mother. Huh? I mean, any problem them people had with the election, they had a remedy for that. They didn't need to go there committing violence and if you had a problem with oppression, why did you feel the need to deface the property? That's a very historic site that honors their founding fathers. Why would they go in there smearing feces all over the wall? That didn't have nothing to do with oppression. That didn't have nothing to do with them feeling like they was being oppressed or whatnot. That had something to do with a bunch of cowards getting together to try to install a dictator in a democratic republic so that they wouldn't have to work. They could be like Hitler's people, henchmen. A man made a good point. Remember Uvalde? All them armed people was out there supposedly trained. Had one man in there with a gun and all of them scared to go in there. They ain't scared when they come stop you for a ticket. Because they know you ain't got no gun. If you had a gun, you probably wouldn't have stopped. I didn't hear you. But they found you just like they want you. That's why I told you, if you want to be safe, you get behind me. He shall be for a sanctuary. You better, if you trust the word of Allah, then you don't have no problem with what I'm telling you. But if you don't have faith in God's word, how you gonna have faith in the one whom God sent? Let me let me show you something here. In the 3rd chapter of John, and in Ezekiel, first I'm going to read what Ezekiel said. In the the 2nd chapter of Ezekiel. Start at the 2nd chapter, the 3rd verse. It says, "And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious," what is that? I'm going to send thee. That's the word that was missing. He said, "Son of man, I'm going to send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed, sinned against me, even unto this the Sabbath day." Now, let's see here. Now go to the 3rd chapter. This is called rightly dividing the word of truth. "Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that which thou findest. Eat this roll, and go." Well, let's make it even clearer. Just put that one on hold for right now. Go to the 8th verse of the 2nd chapter. "But thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee." What do hear mean? Understand. You see how much you remember without even trying to? Reminding. Now you see what good these meetings do for you? Okay. "But thou, son of man, understand what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious." No man was able to open and understand that book. But what did he say to the Son of Man? He said, "Son of man, understand what I say to you. If I wasn't the Son of Man, I shouldn't understand this." Now you see why apparently he said I will speak to him even apparently. It will appear to him that I'm speaking to him. Do you understand? And if it appears to me, it's just like if you're the only one in the house and there's a plate of food there and your host left, wouldn't you trust that that was for you? And you'd eat it, wouldn't you? He said, and if they come back and say, "Why'd you eat that bread?" Well, I assumed, I trusted that it was for me. I had faith that it was me, that it was there for. Huh? So he said, "Be thou not rebellious like that rebellious house. Open your mouth. We shall make thee recite." My daddy used to talk to me like that. He'd say something to me because I always lowered my voice when I was talking to my daddy. And he said, "Open your mouth." Because he, especially when I done did something I had no business. And he'd ask me a question. He said, "Open your mouth." And that meant talk louder, So he said, "Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee." And when I looked, behold, a hand Well, when somebody say I'm giving you something, you look at what they're giving you, don't you? A hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. Well, I remember roll books from the time I was in elementary school. There's a book with my name in there, and my classmates' names that had everybody's name in the roll book. And the Bible got Ezekiel, Jeremiah, Isaiah. It's a roll of a book. Do you understand? Then it says, and he said unto me, and he spread it before me, to him the porter opened it. And it was written within and without. I beheld in the right hand of him, in the right hand. What did the messenger say? I am the right hand of God. Every messenger was God's right hand. The sheep on the right. I mean, all right. So, when he said, it was written within and without, and sealed with 7 seals, wasn't it? And there was written therein lamentations, lamenting, and mourning, and woes. You know the gospel full of woes. Huh? Then it says, moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat. Now, what did this start with? Well, now, what did I start this conversation with? Think back. I'm going to. I'm going to send thee. He had to say, I'm going to send thee, because I hadn't ate the book yet. Do you understand? So when he say, I send thee, no, he didn't send me right then. He was going to send me. Do you understand? Okay. I'm so thankful that Allah is making all of this much and much clearer to me, because I see the truth of what the scripture said, that if those days was not shortened, there would no flesh be saved, including me. So it says, Son of man, eat that which thou findest in this book. Seek and you shall what? I sought understanding, and he let me find it. And he says, eat this roll, and go, speak unto the house of Israel. So I opened my mouth and began to recite. I got set on my feet. Remember, it says he stood me up on my feet and the Spirit entered into me and set me up on my feet. And I've been doing this ever since 1975 officially. Then it says, so I opened my mouth and began to speak, to recite. And he caused me to eat, absorb. We say eat, and we didn't know what we were saying until I told you what we were saying. What does your stomach actually do? It's acid in your stomach that eats. Do you understand? You see, so it says, so I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. He caused those scriptures to break down in my head and become one. Do you understand? Then he taught me how to put them together and rightly divide them. See, as your digestive system rightly divides your food when it's working properly. Do you understand? It knows what to throw away, and it knows what to keep. And it says, but it needs some help from your head. You put garbage down in there, junk down in there, It's going to do the best it can, but it can't do no. You can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear. And it says, and he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. Why? Because I believed in all of the prophets. And didn't no one bee make that honey? It was a collective effort. Didn't no one prophet make this book? It's a collective effort. And he says, and he said unto me, Son of man, now go. Get busy. Get thee unto the house of Israel and speak with my words unto them. Now, turn to John, the 3rd chapter. Excuse me. This is the 34th verse. For he whom God hath sent speaketh the words of God. All you doing is reading, right? I'm glad you know it. Huh? Yeah. It says, for God giveth not the Spirit by a measure unto him. He gave Jesus the gospel, a measure. He gave Moses the gospel. He gave Isaiah and not the gospel. He gave Moses the Torah, but he gave all of them a measure. He gave Muhammad a measure, and they, after putting it together, he delivered it to me without measure. Why? Because with the measure they had, the understanding of it was hidden from them. So they didn't have that. If we show you part of what we promised them, it'll cause you not to understand. You just deliver the message. Upon us rest the explaining of it. So when the Son of Man and his Christ comes, yes. So I'm here now, and all of them are with me. All the Holy Scriptures are with me. So I'll teach on that in more depth tomorrow. We got things to do. Deals to make and hands to shake. So I borrowed that from Future Past. You know, I look at X-Men. Since I'm an X-Man myself. They didn't even get that on their own. They got that from us. Malcolm X, Marvin X, Lewis X. It was all there, but they didn't know what it meant. You see, but they knew there was much more power in them with them X's than it is with the ordinary people. Do you understand? Ordinary Negroes. Do you understand? So now you notice I don't give out X's. Nope. You can call the Honorable Elijah Muhammad Elijah X. You sitting in the class that men like him sat in. And they shall all be taught of God. Now, if you know anything about mathematics, you know what of means. Okay. So we have to be, well, God shall be all, and you know. you notice people got more and more careful how they come in my class and say something. I didn't start it, but I will finish it. So, so let's go on and build our new nation, and you stay behind me, and you'll be safe. Am I clear? Get from behind me, and I'm not responsible for you. Let's stand and have prayer. Attention. Attention. Hut. Original salute. Ready front. Prayer position. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. And I bear witness that I know of none who deserves to be served or worshipped beside thee. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, all holy praise is due and be to thee, O Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful Master of the day of requital. Thee do we serve, and thee do we beseech for help. O Allah, please continuously guide us and keep us on the right path and way, the straight path and way of thee and those upon whom thou hast bestowed thy favors, not the crooked paths and ways of Satan and those upon whom thy wrath is or will be brought down, nor the foolish paths and ways of those who go astray, or who are led astray, even after they have heard and been given the true understanding of thy holy word and teachings. Truly, I have again turned myself to thee, O Allah, striving to be totally upright, to thee who originated the heavens and the earth. And I am not of the polytheists. Truly my prayers, my sacrifices, my life and my death are all for thee, O Allah, the Lord of the worlds. No associate hast thou in this am I commanded, and I am of those who submit. O Allah, thou art the King. I know of no God but thee. Thou art my Lord, and I am thy servant. I have been greatly unjust to myself, and I confess my faults and weaknesses. So please grant me and my true brethren and sisters protection against all of our faults and weaknesses, for none grants protection against faults and weaknesses but thee. And guide us to and instill within us the best of moral character and thoughts, for none can guide us to and instill within us the best of moral character and thoughts but thee. And turn us away from and remove from us the evil and indecent moral character and thoughts, for none can turn us away from and remove from us the evil and indecent moral character and thoughts but thee. And O Allah, we beseech thee for thy help and ask thy protection. And we believe in thee and we trust in thee. And we seek thy help to laud thee in the best manner, and to never be ungrateful unto thee, and to cast off and to forsake him or her who is disobedient unto thee, and to remove from ourselves all things that are displeasing unto thee and beside thee. And our Lord, please do not punish us if we forget or make a mistake. And our Lord, please do not allow to be laid upon us a burden as was laid on those before us. And our Lord, please do not allow to be imposed upon us that which we have not the strength to bear. And pardon us, and grant to us thy protection, and have mercy on us, and forgive us. For thou art our protector, so grant us victory over the unbelieving and disbelieving people, and over the hypocrites and the devils, and especially over the weaknesses and afflictions that lie within each of us, and whereby we have been afflicted. Our Father, Allah, in heaven praised is and be thy holy and righteous name, and thy kingdom come. Let thy kingdom come, and thy will be done, as it is written in the spiritual heaven, the Holy Scriptures. Give to us this the Sabbath day, the understanding and hearts that will always believe in, be inclined to, and be obedient to thy holy and righteous word. And forgive us our trespasses, and please help us to forgive those of our brethren who may trespass against us. And leave us not alone during the times of temptation and trial, but please stand by us and deliver us from every evil. For thine is the kingdoms of the heavens and the earth, and the power and the glory over them are thine forever and ever and ever. Amen.
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 And amen.
Amen.
Attention. Hut. Original salute. Ready front. You may be seated. I want to show you that I don't tell you things and don't show you proof of it. It's my duty as all teachers. You notice, you teachers will bear me witness. When you teach a child something, don't you show them the proof of it, that it's right? That's all part of teaching. You have not taught them anything if somebody can come behind you and take it from them. Huh? You supposed to fix it where if somebody take it, they gave it to them. Do you understand? Because if you proved what you said, they should have made that other person prove what they said. Huh? Okay. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he proved to me what he was teaching. So if you want to take it away from me, you're going to have to prove to me that he didn't know what he was talking about. Do you understand? Now, let me show you something here.
Tell me.
Perjury was committed. The prosecutors may be working with those people who were witnesses who could now be defendants in a perjury case and trying to flip them to tell the truth and to cooperate in testifying against President Trump, former President Trump. So that could delay it a little bit, but I think that her goal would be to act quickly after the March grand jury is seated.
Glenn, January defendants believe the big lie promoted by Donald Trump, but also Fox News. Take a listen, January 6 defendants, excuse me. I want you to take a listen to Danny Rodriguez, who is a January 6 defendant. Watch this.
Trump promised legitimacy? Tell me about that. How did he let you guys know to come to DC?
If he's the commander-in-chief and the leader of our country, then he's calling for help. I thought he was calling for help. I thought he was that we're doing the right thing.
Glenn, we hear this quite often. I heard it when I did my American Radical podcast with the...
You see what cowards do. Now what are you crying for? If you thought he was the commander-in-chief, why are you crying? No, they didn't. That was their excuse. You see, let me tell you something. People who you can get to go in, just like them mafia people, most of them underlings is a bunch of cowards. They go and they lazy also. Don't want to have to work. They'd rather kill than to go work. And they take a gun and go after you. And they frighten people. And when people are, when you are frightened, you can be paralyzed with fear. You will not act as a man. Fear can make you act as a child. Do you understand? When you should be standing up as a man. That's what kept most black men and all them people that refused to join with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Fear. It wasn't because they saw wrong in the nation. You saw everything we was doing. Couldn't say the man was robbing us. We had more businesses than any other time in the Black Wall Street didn't have nothing on us. And didn't nobody come and burn it down either. But the niggardliness in us is what tore it up. You see? You just got some of us that just, our comfort zone is being a slave. No responsibility for ourselves. We don't want to take responsibility for ourselves. We'd rather whine to those who mistreat us as long as they being responsible for us. We whine to them like a bunch of cowardly children. You whining because people shooting your people down, and the best you can do is go whine to the one who did it? Why don't you want to get away from him? No, I don't, it ain't got nothing to do with hatred, except that I love my people and I hate the evil that's being done to them. You have to be careful when you let hatred in. Because if your hatred is misplaced, then it will wind up being a destroyer of you. Do you understand? We wrestle not against flesh and blood. See, my fathers taught me that. It ain't your flesh that I'm hating. No, all flesh came from one source. But as long as you house that corrupt mind, you going down with it. I'm just letting you know. Everybody with the mark of the beast, with the education of the beast, with the attributes of the beast, went down with the beast. Do you understand? So he thought he was hiding. He thought he could hide. It's just like the foolish man who tried to suggest about me giving somebody 7 days. I gave these people for them guns. I told them in 2004 that they had until 2005 to get rid of them guns. And I told them, you ain't going to be doing it. I'm going to killing each other with them. You're going to be killing your families and yourself. That boy at Sandy Hook, he killed his mama with her gun. and then went there and killed up some white babies. The boy Columbine, whose daddy, who taught him how, his granddaddy or somebody taught him how to shoot, he went there and killed up a bunch of his schoolmates. Call themselves getting ready to murder us. Okay, you go on and get ready. James Brown told you he getting ready too for the big payback. Allah already prepared hell for you. He prepared hell for you. And you better go read the book again. The lake of fire, the hell which was prepared for the devil and his angels. You preachers out there. Okay? That false religion you teaching is your hell. That's what, look, I mean, you got to. I mean, how you look at your congregation, I'm standing up here calling the religion that you teaching a lie, and you couldn't say nothing. I dare you to call mine a lie and come in here and talk to me. This is the day of the end of attacks against the righteous and their righteous religion, Islam. The messengers of God were the righteous. And when you call their doctrine a lie, you are attacking them. And that's, you remember they called Jesus that liar? That liar said so and so and such and so and so. Remember? Well, this is the day where we all must appear before the judgment seat of Christ and have done in our bodies according to that which we have done. It's a lot of things. I got some of you all primed to work on, and I mean for you to concentrate on working on that I gave you. You remember your duty and keep your duty, and don't get distracted. Am I clear? And you ain't be talking to nobody about something. If I want somebody to know what I talk to you about, I would say it. If I didn't tell you to tell nobody, you got no business telling nobody. Is that clear? All right. So, we don't live in no glass house. The fool uttereth all his mind. So, but wasn't that something? He's sitting there bowling after trying to overthrow the government. At least trying to help. I mean, he was our commander-in-chief. Commander-in-chief don't mean the president of the United States can't order no citizens to do nothing. He's the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, not of these civilians walking around here. And don't you fool yourself. You can go form some little gang and call yourself a militia if you want to, but you ain't no militia. Where are the rules and regulations that govern you? There's no such thing as a militia that has no laws. And that is not sanctioned by the government. The minute you take up arms against your own government, you have committed treason. And you are a traitor. And it used to carry the death penalty. Who will trust you anyway? Certainly not Putin. If you will turn on this one, you'll turn on him if somebody can convince you. Ain't nobody got stomach for traitors. Even the people who get them to turn traitorous to you. He call them a useful idiot. What do you do when the idiot ain't useful no more? Huh? You have to remember that idiot is out there. So that's, then I will not turn on my people for nobody. No, the only thing can turn me against you is you. And that is by attacking me first. Now, when you start attacking me, then me and you got problems. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
The people that leave just up and leave, I'm not going to go after them trying to do them harm. Just don't come back trying to do me harm. Because hell is still there. And it will ask, are there any more? God spared not angels that disobeyed him, but cast angels into hell. You in the class where angels sit. You remember the messenger said everything he was teaching is what Allah taught him in the person of Master Farad Muhammad? How many people you hear talking about theology can hold your attention? You know why? Because now I'm making you equal with the angels. Of course, angels had sense enough to not try to take their Lord's place. So I know what you know and I know what you don't know. Wasn't that what when they was presented to the angels? Jacob asked them, tell me the names of these if you're truthful. He said, we have no knowledge but what thou gave us. And he told Adam, inform them of their names. Huh? Do you see I'm informing you of things and understanding of things that you did not know? Well then, be thankful for that, and be thankful that you finally have someone who can guide you to freedom. You can't be free if you can't outthink the one who's holding you a slave. Stay behind me and you he won't have nothing that attracts you. So you just stay behind me. You'll be all right. Okay. Any questions? Yes.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on a gift being a driver?
Well, that's what Donald Trump did for these fellas in. I told you to follow the money. If they follow their bank accounts, they could ask them, how did you get all these $3 million in your account and just got in Congress? Where that come from? It probably got it all out in banks outside of America. But I mean, these people take bribes all of the time. Even the Supreme Court people, they finding out that them people been taking bribes. So I mean, what is what makes a person a patriot is that their heart, at the heart of them, is their love of their country and the love of their people and their honor and love of the Constitution. A gift destroys the heart. Huh? Yeah. So, bribery, that's against the law. It's against the law to attempt to bribe, and it's against the law to accept a bribe. Why? Because it's the same. I mean, you sold out. You sold your country out. Why you think they say you sold out? So, yeah. The scripture just put it like that. Oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Yeah. Sometimes when people can't frighten you, they buy you off. If they can. Everybody got a price. That's what they say. You done heard that one before, right? Everybody who's not of God has a price. How the devil know that? Because he taught you. He even you hear people quoting him all of the time. Money talks. Everything else, well, that's his saying. He knows his own self. The devil know himself. He can listen to you and tell what camp you in. Do you understand? Yeah. So, just remember. You were promised that if you believe, Allah said He'd remove your fear. What does fear also create in people? I didn't hear you, brother. I mean, y'all got a mic back there. That's not what I'm really looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. Now, all of those things that you say that fear can produce, but yes.
It produces hate for the thing that you fear.
Well, that's true, but that's not the word I'm looking for. Oh, you seeing how many meanings a word has? Now you see why the Holy Quran, after you pray for guidance, it says, I, Allah, am the best knower. Now you gonna hit it in a minute. Go ahead. What else do fear create? Huh? Well, just unmute them. Okay. Mm-hmm.
I wasn't being unmuted to answer your question. I was being unmuted to remind you of something, so you can come back to me. But to respond to it, the scripture teaches the fear of men bringeth the fear. So the fear is to hold you back. I'm doing what you know is right. That would be my response.
Well, actually, in this case, that's right, but that's not what I'm looking for. Go ahead.
May Allah salam alaikum.
May wa alaikum Allah salam.
I would say anxiety.
There. That's the word I'm looking for. I knew you was going to hit it in a minute. Anxiety. You see? When you're afraid all of the time, you always filled with anxiety. You just can't rest. You know, what am I, oh dear oh my, what am I gonna do? You know, fear is terrible. Huh? I seek thy refuge from anxiety and grief. They shall not fear, nor shall they grieve. In other words, neither shall they have anxiety and grief. Huh? You see how Allah knows what we need? Yes. So you saw your boy on there crying and boo-hooing. And this was what was up at the Capitol wanting to take over the country. Huh? Every one of them now. Our president called us up there, and I went up there because our president asked us to. He wasn't your president no more. And then if you ask him, how did he get in there? Well, the people elected him. Well, you accepted that election. Why you don't accept this one? You had an opportunity to go to court and show courts that there was some fraudulent activity. You went into courts, and even your lawyers that was representing you said there was, no, sir, Your Honor, we're not. Rudy Giuliani was the first one to deny that there was fraud. Because he knew the penalty for coming in lying in court. You better be glad I ain't the Attorney General. Because all of you would be sitting up there. I would, if you was in it, you in for a penny. Because if it had been succeeded, they would have been high-fiving each other. Mr. Fist Pumper and all. You took up arms against your own government. In life, that's like a man, like the Menendez boys, took up arms against their own parents. Murdered their own parents. And you feel sorry for them? Those believers who are going to be traveling that's not comfortable bringing their Savior's Day package, you can give it to Brother Derek now to deposit in my account. And he will, inform me of who gave what. So, we are trying to show you that we're on your side. But don't make no difference what you do. If you brought the sun in one hand and the moon in the other, you see my point. So I'm going to, I always give thanks for my sincere, true believers. That is, and you should give thanks for each other. Because what we are doing wouldn't be done if it wasn't for us together. You understand? I put, I tell you like like I am this way. Everybody knows that know me. They know I'm doing all I can. So I assume everybody else doing all they can. That's why you don't ever see me ask you what you're doing. If you're doing all you can to help me, I can't ask no more than that. And if I got to ask you to do all that you can, then you ain't my follower no way. Because, I'm real. This is me. And I ain't got nothing else. Don't really want nothing else. I'm where I want to be. Do you understand? Not only where I want to be, I'm where I'm going to be as long as there's breath in this body. So, there's lots of things that I don't talk about because it's not time. But Allah has made promises, and Allah, I know, keeps all of His promises. So, as it says, when you say a person keeps their promise, well, that's just another way of saying they do what they promise. They do what they intend. If He say He's gonna do something, He's promising. You see, that's what prophecy is. It's promises from God. So do all that you can, and the more you do to help me, the more I'm gonna do to help you, because you're putting resources in my hand to do so. Okay? All right. Any more questions? Yeah. Yeah, they knew it was a lie. On Fox News. That's why they getting this $1 billion lawsuit. And talking about that's freedom of speech. If lying on people is freedom of speech, there wouldn't be no law against slander. I didn't hear you. They talk to you like you stupid, but they make themselves stupid to even bring something like that up. You mean to tell me you don't know that you can't just go out and tell lies on people and claim that's your freedom of speech? Are you really going to tell me that you don't? What if somebody say you murdered somebody? They say so-and-so committed murder over there. If they can't prove that, you got a lawsuit. Huh? That's how you know them, like them people with Dr. Cosby, them lawyers, they set him up. He should have sued every one of them lying women. Man ain't raped her. You heard that Christine Ruley when I questioned her. No, he didn't rape me. Because I backed her in a corner. And you want to be grown on one hand and then on play dumb on the other hand. I told you, I grew up out there. I know what happens out there. A whole lot of men thought they trapped a woman and she trapped him. Am I lying? Who really got who? Shoot. That man was wealthy, and all them women, what did the Temptations boys tell you? Women throwing their unders at him. Huh? So let's not act like we grew up in a bubble. I see women walking down the street selling themselves. I done seen so many things that I don't even stand up here and talk about. You know, we all sick. And it's time for somebody to wake us up. And enough lying on people because they got money. Anyway, I want us all to be better than that. All them people, y'all saw, most of y'all saw that news though, didn't you? Where the hosts of them shows was in private texting each other saying they know this stuff ain't nothing but BS and all that kind of stuff. But they getting on the news telling the people, and the people knew. Now understand something. Them people knew that was a lie. But you know how people do stuff. They go along with stuff because everybody else was doing it. Let's see if we can make it work. Yeah. Give them at least 20 years apiece so they can sit down and think about what they did. You know, because, I mean, they trying to kill the goose that laid the golden eggs. Ain't that something? So I'm going to tell you, I don't sympathize with them at all. You can stand up there crying after what you did. People died. They should be charging them with murder. Accessory to murder. Whatever that charge is. You go in a bank, help rob a bank, and somebody get killed, they slap charges on you for being part of that caused that person's death. What they call it, bro? I don't know if it's accessory or you know, but you get charged with that because you helped. So all of them, like Officer Signick and any of them other officers that had problems after that, that's on that mob that came up there.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
On the shoutslaw.com website, it says accessory to murder is a criminal offense whereby the perpetrator helps or assists the perpetrator.
There. They helped. They were accessories. That makes sense. You bought them little deals that you hang up, and when you go get your car washed or something like that, and they say, do you want deodorant in there? And they would say, pick one. And what is that thing that they hang up in there? That's an accessory, ain't it? Yeah. If you put it in the car, it's an accessory. You see? Well, likewise. You know, you help them gain access. The one who called them up there, they knew they wasn't going up there for no just cause. Just causes don't get an invitation. Come be there on the 6th. It will be wild. Do that sound like a just cause? Or do that sound like a party? All you have to do is look at the invitation. Well, nothing on that invitation said be there so you can help us stop these people from. He didn't need these little rocks in the pocket people if he thought that it was some fraud going on. He's the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. What do you need to call a gang up there for? when he told the Proud Boys, stand back and stand by? What was that? The military is always on standby. They want you to implode. They want this country to implode. But all I got other plans. For now. We are still here. You know, the messenger told you any country would be a fool to go to war against the Muslims because they have the champion of war with them. So you never pick a fight with somebody who got more sense than you. That's a losing proposition. So that's that. But I'll go into some of this tomorrow in more depth. But we got things to do today. So may Allah bless us all and keep us safe and in our right minds. May Allah's Salam Alaikum.